Mr. Mehta, thank you for everything, as always, that you share with us. As you're speaking of the radiance of forgiveness, I'm thinking of and reflecting on your first book in the trilogy, Thinking Outside the Box, where towards the end of the book, you introduce to us this concept of resonance. And then I'm also taken to your fourth book, which is Consciously Creating Creativity, where you speak about creating through resonance. How does this radiance of forgiveness, as we come into it, how does it contribute to this field of resonance that we create our reality with?
Now, resonance is very important word in the metaphysics. Let me give a little bit analogy. In physical world, we call Wi-Fi, wireless frequency. In metaphysical world, we call the resonance. In metaphysical world is the state of mind. It changes to different state of mind, create the waves of Wi-Fi. I call Wi-Fi for the resonance of waves of that emotional waves, love, caring, compassion, and that. And that changes whosoever comes in that mind, other people, they affect their mindset, their subconscious mind, and then they can change the physical reality and the physical. Because all the things we act upon, they're called form, F-O-R-M-S. Because root cause lies in state of function, and functions are in state of mind. That because resonance change the function, then your acting or behavior or presentation or changes utterly. Because right now in 21st century we need badly resonance. Because whole world is divided. Humanity is totally divided. Divided politically, socially, or whatever you call it, ethnically or the religiously, they're all divided. The resonance is very important how to change the mindset. And that is the introduction of metaphysics. Because all universities, they talk with the logic, reason, rationality, intellect, intelligence, and maximum some people go to ESP also, extrasensory perception, but still is a part of the human mind. How to change the human mind, that is metaphysics. Meta is beyond physics, because state of mind is beyond space and time dynamics. Or imagination is the state of mind, is a very important component. Thoughts, feeling, and feeling become intent, they become emotion, and that was the forgiveness required to healing, emotional healing, right? Because holding up the betrayal, holding up the abandonment, holding up the humiliation, holding up the rejection, and that is the important part. The resonance I call physical, metaphysically, resonance is the metaphysical Wi-Fi, radiance of forgiveness. Okay.
So, how I understand it is that the radiance of forgiveness is a part of opening the mind, opening the lobes, and allowing that Wi-Fi to be connected into this field of resonance that you can generate, receive, and create.
Well, but I think one of the components I mentioned, convert the transcend. He convert the revenge into hope, trust, love, caring, compassion. That is the convert, and that creates the resonance. That is transcend, transmute, transform, and transcend. The transcend is the one where you convert, change, totally 100% change, 1000% change. Converted the revenge, it turns into hope. Future is there. Then you go to the trust, the self-trust and self-confidence. Then you go further, then you go to the love. I love, a state of to be loved and to be loved, and then to be being loved, being loving. And then you go hierarchy of love. And then there's the compassion. And you develop a lot of compassion for caring for others, generate other. And that creates the resonance.